Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
Sakan tikun ya chiko koborum chakswa kobor ko palakating pamintu marak joljol chugumuk pa kobor ko khudangna Meghalaya adokni education minister parakam sangma thura auchi minister ko chadrapna juthon kha ani na ji gen jigalata adokni skodong minister pa Conrad K sangma aru PHE minister pa Marcus N Marak aru gupen officer rangko Kolgurpri July hajagani kortham sombar salni ba ko mande jinma chadrapna juthon kha ani na adokni education minister pa rakam sangma rakin jigalata ha ian matpurini gisi kongwa ia khamna angana mindu kongwa ian ra chakna mangi jakbani kham unga ni phara kham sangma koborna parakata ha
Zalo je turao nga posta jan chini chief minister honorable chief minister Konrad sangma or honorable minister PH pamarko samara oro dingtang officerang ko turao eteka namen kratcha biani namen ratchak nam gejani namen bebera nam gejani yako darang ratchak nam jawa arian ayaw man ple ajang skantina kratcha ni ma jasong ba chief minister ko mande tangni antang jak tangni niki eteka ko nga niku jachum kapdan sangmane sumayo aji teng totsaba bon giza megala dokko manha dakaba dabiani ko dakaba nang nekani ko ronga kachi suga bokachi saya chide manjawa golpuesa agani grikisa sandisa chanchisa ramako lekken angana men tu ko ha arwano agan ke pakataran ko yan namen chung wiya kata manaha like je subject kon demand ka inga chum je bosto wat namen den thanga anga robebal salo jani phamangrang reverend rang ri ange gajaka ple isolo bi chakke ano gitrung ple wamangna bi chakke ya kamera kon kyo anamen kuchoba namen kasro kacham nama kamrang ko nama kamrang chi dabenga ne liba salgepono dakaba obostona sokke chipine sarko ete kaona sokke sot na muksonge ya kamrang ko kani kon kyo anamen duko ha anga ya namen chingna namgapa takpeyolan yokja namgap na namki chakpa mesokon wa yan 스토링이 봐서 간티니 야고 제갈나 나가니 좀었다 아리엔 다카바 politics 코 다카바 남기 작바 기스코 안층 돈 나가다 남자 안층하나 종하다사 달로 사코나 청마 살먹고스 마라 앙아사 달로 MLA 응이나 bagna 카나로 람람 만데 오가이겐 카나로 아치 비네사로 옹 스카나 바동아 나 암비스 미네사로 옥바스 카나 바동아 카나로 스테코 잘라이스 카겐 르팽랑 오니그만 이데 je talo je pusin ko no dongi tangdekinga ko respect kai nama kan beola na chi chanchir je kamrang khana nang pa kam songa ch anamen tu ko wa aroyan ara chakna man gi jakaba kam chomota ar dakaba kam ko dakaba matburung ni gi sekta ke jat ni belga bako asuni belga bako ndeke chadrapani ko ajang sakantian yako jegalna nang chomota ariya takaba kamran ko makang chiba kae de drangna society na nami jakba bimungko zatna songna area nam gitwa bimungko raba chomota nangja anyanga de daga logis ka tongoni katrang ko agar kata skeng ana men tu ko wa archa songna ba dakaba kamran ko rasakna kata
thura owalni chet bajiuna dokhan rangko kulina gita rai onna thura songjin ma so sejing ongani chi bangbata dokhan ranga chipani aselo salanti mandirangni jakala nanggapa bosrangko manani nekani ko jagrongani geman plak dokhan rangko wal chet bajiuna kulin rai unata ha yachi plak dokhan nokoparangko chongmatan thura supermarket urban marketing hubs chanmari market nakam bazar aro thura songjin ma dokhan dakki chaing parangko tonsung somai gita kuli pachina thura municipal board gedani ko dakang ha Nilgrims Hospital lo chadambe saksa ko simsa kije siatani na Dr. Ampari Nindo asel ko samdiapta. Nilgrims Hospital lo rasong grebi asel wani na Health Minister Dr. Ampari Nindo chadambe siang kapari chongmot asel ko wiacha ni aganaha. Chongmot asel rang ko winagata report rang ko biatinga ni Dr. Ampari Nindo KOBOR na parakataha.
Very unfortunate situation that occurred in Nilgrims. There were junior doctors already on duty that evening, and there were CMOs or medical officers already also attending to the patient. I don't know exactly what happened. In order to understand the situation completely, I have requested the director of Negrams to share with me information on what proceeded to that conflict that occurred in Negrams and what were the reasons that there was a loss of life in this entire conflict. I will await for that letter, but preliminary I have been told that there were doctors. Negrams is a central organization, but because it functions in the state of Meghalaya, we can also be the caretakers on behalf of the public, and we can request them and we can ask them what were the reasons for occurrences of any incidences in their property while attending to patients. And I will await for that official reply of the director Negrams, but at least I know that there were doctors. So let us see, let us wait for that. And I am very disturbed that that happened, and I'm very disturbed to know that a very young person lost his life. Whether or not it was because of lapses of medical assistance or whether or not there were other factors for the loss of that life will be ascertained once I receive a report.
Churaos kotong minister aru NGO rang ni thomani ko gulmal khachina didina geta thangka aru churang ko jakalaha ni Meghalaya adokni DGP KOBOR na parakata ha. Kongrik bunga July hajagarni kongrik tham sombar salo Meghalaya adokni kotong minister Garo Hills ni rintang NGO dorang meng JK ajak Constitutionally Integrated Kermadol GSMC aru dingtang wanda keba dorang baksa thomi agan krikani ko gulmal khachina didina geta thangka aru churang ko jakalaha ni adokni Director of Police DGP Dr. LR Bisnoy parakata ha. Dr. Bisnoy ni parakata ni kita di yan adokni kotong minister ko chadrapna badia ba dolni muksong manchai dakaba khamsa unga hachum. Police rani ni rokanio kamrang adita olgurkaha ni kurachakani ko nangingon adokni kotong minister ni office ko rongrangchi goe chadrapanio jak tonggeba sakogrutok mandirang ko di police rang masina manaha ia sakogrutok mandirang ni Richard Marak ko manchapi gemaksak chisku mandirang ko rumna manaha ni DGP parakata ha. Dr. Bisnoy ni aganani kita mandirang ko rengchawatanio Richard Marak kan mongsung pemande unga Ariya seloknas kang wa gulmal khagapa mandirang na thangkarang shwalaha ni sakhirang ba donga.
Yesterday's unfortunate incident at Dakopgiri, Tura, where the Honorable CM was holding meeting at Mini Secretariat with 18 number of representatives from the various NGOs, namely your CHIK conscious, holistically integrated CRIMA, All India Garo Union, All CHIK Youth Forum, All CHIK Youth Welfare Society, Garo State Movement Council, New Tura Development Forum, United Garo People's Forum. Other than these NGOs, one senior citizens from Tura, one church representative from Tura, one research scholar of the Garo community, and one the advocate from the Garo NGOs. So total 18 number of persons, they were holding meeting with the Honorable Chief Minister at Mini Secretariat office in Tura. The meeting started at 3:15 p.m. and it continued till 5:45 p.m. It was a long marathon meeting where the discussions were basically concentrated on the demands by the various NGOs in general and two demands in specific. First, the winter capital at Tura, and secondly, the implementation of reservations / roster policy with retrospective effect. So most of the NGOs, they were discussing in a very, very peaceful ambience. So when the meeting was about to over, then suddenly the crowd started shouting slogans outside the mini secretariats. So Honorable Chief Minister sent certain NGO members outside the Mini Secretariat office to convince the crowd not to create scene there. But the crowd became more violent and they instantly started pelting stones on police personnel, on vehicles, on the buildings. And the NGO members, they went inside and they briefed the Honorable Chief Minister. They also categorically told Honorable Chief Minister that the youth, many youth, they were not the part of their NGOs. They appeared first time at the hunger strike site and they were never a part of any discussions, and the NGOs, they never recognized such youths, so they came first time on the sites and immediately they created scene there. So after that, the police tried to convince them. They became more violent, and after that police resorted to mild lathi charge, and when the crowd did not budge, then ultimately the police fired the few tear smoke shells. And after a great, the actions, ultimately the crowd dispersed after 2 hours. For 2 hours, the crowd, initially they dispersed, formed small groups in the nearby hillocks, and they started pelting stones intermittently. Because of that, it continued for almost 2 hours. So in the whole actions, we have, during the post-incident investigation stage, the Tura police, they found that it was the pre-planned conspiracy to attack Honorable Chief Minister and to damage him physically. Why they are saying like this? Because they gathered clinching evidence that money was distributed on 23rd July to some of the youths to create the scene violence there on the sites. Secondly, on the 23rd July, the many bottles of liquors were distributed to the youth, and the many youth, they came with the plastic jerrycans full of the kerosenes along with matchboxes and the lighters, and the many stones were lying there, and the tent were pitched, so that is why the bamboos were also available. And on the spots, they started giving inciting speeches where the Honorable Chief Minister was abused and threatened. And they provoked the crowd to cause physical damage to Honorable Chief Ministers, and even they insisted that we can go for the extreme step like murder, etc. So these kinds of the actions of the violent youth indicated that it was a pre-planned conspiracy to cause physical damage to Honorable Chief Ministers. The police maintained restraints for a couple of hours, and even knowing that they are causing huge damage to our vehicles, police did not decide to go for firing to avoid the casualty of the other peaceful youth who were there and taking part in the agitations. The totals, the 21 number of the vehicles got damaged. The 4 vehicles set on the fires. Out of 4, 2 were completely burnt. One was Gypsy and the second was the Bolero police vehicles. And the 17 vehicles got damaged by pelting stones. Either the glass panes were broken or the body parts of the vehicles were damaged. Out of the 17 vehicles damaged, 5 unfortunately belonged to the Honorable Chief Minister Karkat. The vehicles were parked inside the mini secretariat. The MLA, the William Nagar MLA vehicle was also broken, was also damaged. The Deputy Secretary of Honorable Chief Minister vehicle was also targeted and partially damaged. 2 civil department vehicles were damaged. 4 Meghalaya police vehicles were damaged. 1 ambulance, the ambulance which was carrying the injured police personnel to civil hospital Tura was also targeted, and the side window glass panes were broken, and other than that 3 private vehicles were partially damaged. So total 18 persons got injured. The 10 Meghalaya police personnel, 8 male and 2 females. The 1 home guard, the lady home guard was also injured, and the 7 CRPF police personnel also got physical injuries. So in total, the total 18 personnel got injured. After the incident, unfortunate incidents, the police rescued the Honorable Chief Minister, and the Honorable Chief Minister went to his residence, and he appealed all the citizens to maintain peace and calm. So total yesterday night, the police whole night conducted a massive search after identifications of the accused. With the help of the video footage given by the press reporter, we have identified total 26 numbers of the culprits who indulged in unprovoked violence, and then total 19 number of the accused so far arrested. Out of 19, the 17 are female and 2 are the male accused. We also identified one of the main conspirator, Salseng R. Marak, who was earlier police, I think, RC, and in 2012 he was dismissed from the service for prolonged absence, and he has affiliations with some political party because he tried to contest elections, MDC elections from the Siju of the South Garo Hill districts. So now situation is under fully control, and I categorically state here that we will not spare anyone whoever indulged in the violence and tried to cause damage to the vehicles of government officials and also try to attack the chief ministers. They will not be spared and they will be behind the bar soon. Police is on hunt for most of the conspirators. They have been identified, and the police is conducting consistently raid since last night, and we have deployed extra forces there, and I have sent the IGP land order to camp there and monitor the whole situation. So now situation is under fully control, and the CRPF and the 2nd Meghalaya Police Battalion personnel are deployed. We have registered a case. The complaint was lodged by the Meghalaya Civil Service officer, Mr. Deplin D. Sangma, and on the basis of he was duty magistrate, on the basis of his complaint, we have registered a case, that is RI Mile Police Station case number 16/23 under various sections of IPC. We have also applied the section of the Meghalaya Maintenance Public Order Act 2010 and the PDPP Act, that is a Prevention of Damage to Public Property Act 1984. And other than that, we have seized substantial numbers of the incriminating materials from the place of occurrence that indicates that the whole incident was pre-planned and conspiracy was hatched to attack Honorable Chief Minister and cause physical damage to him. So far we have seized tons of stones, pebbles from the PO, and 50 numbers of the bamboos used as sticks to beat up the police personnel. We have seized 20 number of catapults, and we have seized 1 jerrycans full of kerosene oils, and we have also seized 25 number of alcohol bottles from the spot, including 2 lighters, 12 number of match boxes, and 25 number of half-burnt matchsticks. So that itself indicates that the whole incident was pre-planned and the conspiracy was hatched to attack Honorable Chief Minister and cause damage. Once again, I reiterate that we will not spare anyone, and whoever is found in the hatching conspiracy and involved in the incident will be behind the bar very soon.
Yerangsan KOBOR rangdi nisroing ba rukna tumsoing pa sakati kon mithela.